Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Let me tell you how things are solved in the European Union, and that is how decisions are made. Can you imagine? You have an idea? Well, I tell you straight. It's like this, with money. I want you to do that. Well, I don't want to do that. Well, I would like you to vote for that. Well, I don't want it. Well, how about if I give you about $15 billion or euros? Will you do it? Yes. Okay, here it is. Do it. I'm on it. Or, like this. Hey, I want you to vote for that. No, I don't want to vote for that. Well, what about if I give you some money? Would you vote for that so we can give money to someone else? Oh, yeah, okay. But you got to do that first. You got to implement whatever we asked you. You know, the judicial or justice reform. Well, how about I'm vetoing that? Oh, okay, we're going to forget about the justice reform. You just don't veto that, and we're going to give money, okay? All right, so this is what happens. What happened? I know about the European Union, who just approved $18 billion in aid, whatever, to Ukraine. If you remember, Hungary opposed it greatly. Said that we're going to veto it, we're going to veto it, we're going to veto it. Now, Hungary had a little problem with the European Union, in which European Union, the bosses over there, told the Hungarians, hey guys, you gotta do a reform in the justice department over there in your little thing, your country. Hungary said, nah, we're not. Okay, if you don't do that, we're gonna block you some billions of dollars, I don't know, about 12 or something, billions of dollars in COVID-19 aid relief. So if you don't change those things in the judicial, I think it was justice system, we're not going to give you something unrelated to the justice, some money. We're not going to give you the money. About, I don't know, as I said, 12 billion or something. And Hungarian says, well, no, okay. And then the European Union said, now we're going to send about 18 billion to Ukraine. And Hungary said, we're going to veto that. And the European Union said, no. Yes, we are. Okay, then, you know what? You don't need to do those reforms anymore. But don't do those reforms. We're going to give you the COVID-19 funds, the 8 to 12 billions, but you don't veto that. So we can give those guys more money that you're going to pay for. Okay? Okay. That's the way things work. How do you call this? Negotiation? You call this what? Foreign policy? How do you call this? I think that's kind of like a bribery. If you do that, I'm going to give you money. All right? And I'm going to forget about that initially I wanted. Now, I'm not certain that the Hungarians did not implement those justice reforms or something, but I have this article that's going to give us some insight in that. Everything I said, I think, or partly is exposed in this article, coming from Ukrainska Pravda. It's a Ukrainian news outlet, obviously. And it is from today, December 15th, 2022. European Council agrees to allocate 18 billion euros aid for Ukraine, despite Poland's block. What the? Now, Poland has a problem? Yeah, Poland has a problem. Because Poland is in the same position as Hungary, but with some other shit. So these guys are not going, European Union, blah, 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 Brussels, is not going to give the Poles some billions if they don't do what Brussels wants. And now Hungary was bribed. They said, okay, give us that. We're not going to veto it. But it seems like Poland said, we're going to block it. But guess what? That didn't happen. That means they got to an understanding, they being Brussels and Poland, with some money. Anyway, at a summit on Thursday, leaders of the European Union managed to overcome difficulties and agreed on providing Ukraine with 18 billion euros of macro-financial aid in 2023. This was reported by Ricard Josiak, editor for Europe of Radio Liberty, as European Pravda states. And I'm quoting, white smoke from the European Council for economic, you know what that is, right? When a new pope is elected and they agree, the cardinals agree to the white pope. Yeah, the white Pope. Why don't I sip a little bit more? That's gonna help me get the right color, I guess. So when the Pope is elected, then a white smoke comes out the chimney. That means they burned the old Pope. And if it's black smoke or dark smoke, it depends how politically correct it is. That means they just threw his robe in. Okay, so they didn't come to an understanding. So so now white smoke from the European Council for economic and financial packages. 4 economic and financial packages have been approved. Ooh, some people got money. 18 billion for Ukraine. 2 packages for Hungary, whew, and the minimum corporate tax rate plan. Józwiak posted on his Twitter on November 9, the European Commission proposed an unprecedented support package for Ukraine of up to 18 billion euros for 2023. This assistance will be provided in the form of concessional loans, which will be disbursed in regular installments starting from 2023. However, there were amendments to this proposal because of Hungary's veto. All right, Hungary had a big thing. Hungary eventually bargained with Brussels for the unblocking of some funds blocked because of issues with the rule of law and lifted its veto on Monday. However, Warsaw, the Poles, expressed last-minute reservations on Monday at a meeting of the EU ambassadors. Poland refused to support the package deal on providing Ukraine with 18 billion euro support, as well as 2 decisions regarding Hungary because of the concern about separate minimum corporate tax plan. It is not yet known how Poland was convinced to give up its resistance. I can answer that question. I can definitely, and I think after this article, I think you are perfectly able to answer that question. It's because they provided some money. They were bribed. That's how the understanding goes. So my friends, this is the free world. This is what we are supposed to love and like. Believe me, Hungary got the money without implementing shit. So they played hard. And Poland said, what's going on? Because Poland had the same problem with the European Union. They had to implement something that the Brussels guys told them, hey, Poland, you gotta change that, the European values. And Poland said, you. And I said, okay, no more money for you, no more soup for you. And Poland said, okay, off. Now, what's happened here? They're all happy. You know how we all happy? Money buys everything, including love. Oh, people, and you have to live a long life, I guess, to see a pattern in all this. And I wished I would have been told this a long time ago. And I had to unfortunately figure it out myself, or at least I think I figured some of it, because obviously I don't know what the hanky-panky is over there, but at least the basics, I think we got them right, don't we? Thank you very much for being with me again today. It's like the ladies of the night. You give the money, you get the body. Give the money, get the body. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just, my friends.